Got it. All right, and hit got it here, right? So let's just do it.
37 boxes. Let me and I relate properly. Thanks for asking. How do we the knowledge we have to be? And it's got to be omnipotent prophecy. So possibly become a monopoly. All of this property I can see. All as natural stated as prophecy. Our prophecy progeny. And for life that we grow and steadily focus. We hope to get some gold in this. Golden glimpse that you won't notice it. This doesn't no focus shit. So get the view what is peripheral visual switching by focal switch. And envision this mission prescription. I'm letting truth and make my positions. You're seriously and liable, beautifully zodiacal, the life in you is viable, and I like you, but heavily reliable. Symbolically, openly, knowingly cycle through intuitively cyclical developmental stages of days in the cycle. We say, look what I can do. This is how I be moving it and moving it. So, baby, what are we doing here? This is how I be moving it and moving it. So, baby, what are we doing here? Yeah. You know I be cycling on every hill, steadily I be cycling. Well, this is how I be moving it and moving it. So, baby, what are we doing this year?
What you doing this sun cycle? I'll be dipping in rabbit hole, no telling where it just might go. I'll be keeping a lot with me in a heart that close. Got a lot in me, thoughts are really like lottery. Pot of gold in my store, all the wealth of the nations belong to the citizens alone. Hidden in my zone where I roam, hidden in your dome is the seat to the soul, the celestial throne. See, I just can't lie to you. A lot of fools, they want to get inside your mind so they can try to find a way that they can get inside of you. But that ain't how we moving it, moving it. No, noble the hater protecting the bliss. Noble the hater protecting the bliss. And since I can only be true to this, I take pride. It behooves you miss to take time to remove the stress and move in bliss. Be fruitful and full of gifts and know within the graceful fruition sits Melissa. Listen, it's always competition. Still can stop the vision, complement the truth, and get back to business with our position.
This is how I be moving it and moving it. So, baby, what are we doing here? This is how I be moving it and moving it. So, baby, what are we doing this year? Yeah. You know I be cycling on every hill, steadily I be cycling. Well, this is how I be moving it and moving it. So, baby, what are we doing this year? Developmental stages of days.
Listen, it's always competition. Opposition still couldn't stop the vision. Complement the truth and get back to business with our position is I can only be true.
Developmental stages of days.
Listen, it's always competition. Opposition still couldn't stop the vision. Complement the truth and get back to business with our position is.
This is how I be moving it and moving it. So, baby, what are we doing here? This is how I be moving it and moving it. So, baby, what are we doing this year? Yeah. You know I be cycling on every hill, steadily I be cycling. Well, this is how I be moving it and moving it. So, baby, what are we doing this year? Developmental stages of days.
Listen, it's always competition. Opposition still couldn't stop the vision. Complement the truth and get back to business with our position is I can only be true.
Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey here in Morocco at northwest of Maxim. Look, guys, not only is the music having me feeling great, it's just the way that I and my beloved brothers, in whom I am well pleased here at 7HealStar.com, astrology firm, just go in on our AstroCivics, man. I'm just really pleased at what I see that we do, man. So forgive me for being like a head cheerleader for us, because I'm gonna always, first and foremost say supreme honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, as well as much high honors to my beloved brothers in whom I'm well pleased. And I am here, this is our AstroCivics Sunday 5, all righty, True MetaPhysics is what we're going on. This one's gonna be brief, maybe under a half an hour, and I'm here with my beloved and magnificent brother in whom I'm well pleased, and he is
Islam, Brother Hasan Bey, all rights reserved.
Yay! We're about to get it in, guys. Look, check it out. We're going to be very brief on this. Let's go over what metaphysics is in the Henry Campbell Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. And I'm just gonna, let's just kind of give you full disclosure while we're doing this. So for those of you that are part of Prophet Noble Drew Ali University, you have access to our library, right? You already know, within our astrology library within Prophet Noble Drew Ali University, we have many different references for you to check. Not only what we say, don't believe anything we say, try to prove it wrong. However, when you prove it right, teach your loved ones and share with us anything that you may think we have missed. All right. The Metaphysical Bible Dictionary by Charles Fillmore is something that's beautiful. However, let's focus on the word metaphysics here. All right. Because the law books are the holy books and the holy books are the law books. And jurisprudence is, making sure you're comprehending and focusing on times that have passed and are recorded, termed history, as well as the law, which is descended from nature's law. All righty. And we're here to make sure everyone's fully in law as they're living within their bodies here. So let me let's do the screen share here. And then Brother Ara is going to go in once we go into, because that's going to lead us into the Briyat Parashara or Shastra, which is what we're going over within the AstroLiteracy Comprehension Conference. So we're actually taking a break right now, sort of kind of, and then after this, we're going to go back into the Comprehension Conference. All righty, the AstroLiteracy Comprehension Conference, man. And do probably shlokas 9 through 12, as they call them, versus shlokas 9 through 12, right? Because we've just really been just ruminating on the word, so to speak, right? Just, we know that we're not cows. We're not four-stomach having animals. However, ruminating in the sense that we're reading it, then we're going and making sure that we comprehend the etymology, the history, and the Sanskrit and things like that. So we're really enjoying ourselves, man, with this. So I'm going to share the screen here, right? And start the broadcast and take it right to the iBooks here, right? And I'm here at Henry Campbell Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, all righty, page 1142 for the actual document. However, it's page 1218 out of 1956 pages. And I yield the floor to my beloved brother, Ara Bey, on him reading metaphysics. All righty. What is metaphysics, according to Henry Campbell Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, Brother Ara?
Islam, can you hear me well?
Indeed. Loud and proud.
All right, cool. Metaphysics, the science of being, the science which deals with ultimate reality. And that's actually being quoted straight out of Vineland Trust Company versus Westendorf, 86, New Jersey, EQ. Give me a second.
Probably equity, New Jersey equity.
Yeah, most likely.
You got your definitions book there, right? I mean, abbreviations book. I mean.
Yeah, I happen to have it close by. Let me see. All right, I'm on G, F, and E. EQ, right? Before the back. And we find E. Here's before T, right? EQ. Okay. Capital E, lowercase q. We have 4 possibilities: equitable, equity, equity court or division, or equity reports. I'm thinking it's equity reports.
All right. So New Jersey equity reports. All right.
Yeah, because it's always referencing the reporter who actually deals with the print version, or that actually puts the stare decisis out. Right.
Stare decisis, correct.
So that's probably volume 86, New Jersey Equity Reports, page 343 and 98A 314.
Indeed. So now, guys, now that you comprehend what metaphysics is, right? You see this? The science pertaining to being, the science which deals with not a little bit of reality, not some reality, not portions of reality, ultimate reality. All right. I had to highlight it twice because it isn't nice. It's not clumsy, foolish, stupid. All righty. It's
frivolous.
Yeah, it's not frivolous. It's not because ultimate reality means that you cannot ignore astrology. So anyone thinking they're, living lawfully, however, you're ignoring ultimate reality. Yeah, what? Like, I'm just like, you might want to just, lovingly correct yourself. Be not offended by what I'm saying. All right, because it's me saying it now. It's not Brother R saying this on you. Them brothers, no. It's me saying it in this moment. That you can't ignore these things. So we're about to show you some things. All right, and I guarantee there are going to be more and more people realizing that they may be a little heterodoxic when it comes to astrology because it's been here. Most people don't even recognize that the moon is what moves the ovaries. Pardon me, the ovums out of the ovaries through the fallopian tubes.
The moon. Oh, that's so funny. You brought up the moon. Now we can literally say that one word, Saraswata. What Swati was it?
Saraswati.
Saraswati. Was that the one that means the possessor of the waters, whatnot?
Correct. She who possesses the pooling waters.
That's basically the moon. I just thought about that right now. They didn't hit me when we were in class a second ago, but
very much so. So let me come back because it looks like the screen stopped sharing from my other device here. Oh, we're still sharing the screen, so aren't we?
Can we do the etymology on Etimon one time?
Of course. Well, I'm still screen sharing, correct? You can still see my screen share, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So I'll bring up the Briyat Parashara or the Shastra if you're ready. Let's go into, you said Etimon line, correct?
Yeah, and look at metaphysics.
Indeed. ETY, right? And let's bring up META. What's a P?
METAPHY.
Uh-huh. All right. Metaphysics. I yield the floor to you, beloved brother. Islam.
Metaphysic. Noun. Late 14th century, which will be late 1300s. Metaphysics, also natural theology, from Old French, metaphysique, and metaphysique, and directly from medieval Latin metaphysica. See metaphysics. This was the usual form of metaphysics until 16th century. It was somewhat revived 19th century under German influence. Metaphysics, noun, the science of the inward and essential nature of things. Jesus Christ. The science of the inward and essential nature of things. Yeah, I'm really starting to believe a lot of people don't know what metaphysics is because they take that as like some superstitious type of thing.
Inward. We know that's East. So the science pertaining to the East makes you think about the silent brotherhood pertaining to the East. Just saying, man.
1560s, plural of Middle English, metaphysic, late 14th century, branch of speculation, which deals with the first causes of things. From medieval Latin, metaphysica, neuter plural of medieval Latin, medieval Greek, medieval Greek, ta, metaphysica, from Greek, ta, meta, ta, physica, the works after the physics. Title of the 13 treatises, which traditionally were arranged after those on physics and natural sciences in Aristotle's writings. See meta plus physics. The name was given circa 70 BCE, so around 70 BCE.
Yeah, before Common Era.
By Andronicus of Rhodes, and was a reference to the customary ordering of the books, but it was misinterpreted by Latin writers as meaning the science of what is beyond the physical. The word originally was used in English in the singular. The plural form predominated after 17th century, but singular made a comeback late 19th century in certain usages under German influence. From 17th century, also sometimes philosophy in general, especially the philosophical study of the mind, psychology.
Jesus Christ.
Meta, word forming element of Greek origin, meaning after, behind, among, between. 2, changed, altered. 3, higher, beyond. From Greek meta, preposition. In the midst of, in common with, by means of, between, in pursuit or quest of. After, next. Next, after. So it's after, comma, next, after, comma, behind. In compounds, most often meaning change of place, condition, etc. This is from Proto-Indo-European me, or me, right? In the middle, source also of German mit, Gothic mit, Old English mid, with, together, with, so it's with, together with, and among. The notion of changing places with probably led to the senses of change of place, order, or nature, which was a principal meaning of the Greek word when used as a prefix, but it also denoted community participation in common with, pursuing. The third modern sense, higher than, transcending, overreaching, dealing with the most fundamental matters of, is due to misinterpretation of metaphysics, quote, vide as, quote, science of that which transcends the physical, end quote. This has led to a prodigious, prodigious. Can we look that word up real quick? Prodigious.
Yes. Hold on 2 seconds. I was typing over here.
Like a regular search, because I want you to click that little pronunciation button.
Got you. Where are we? Hold on.
We're in the third paragraph under meta. The second or third line, prodigious.
Got you. Prodigious. Got you. Looking it up.
No vocalization. Speaker.
Vocalization. Muy interesante. Let's do that.
There we go.
Prodigious.
Prodigious. Indeed.
Prodigious.
Prodigious. Okay, I see. I can see that. All right.
2 seconds.
Prodigious is an adjective. 1550s. Ominous. Ominous. Portentous. A sense now obsolete. From French, prodigieux.
It's prodigio.
Prodigio. And directly from Latin, prodigiosus. Prodigiosus. Strange, wonderful, marvelous, unnatural. From prodigium, an omen, portent, monster.
Ooh, moon star. Prodigy, like Mob Deep.
Yeah.
All right.
From 52, causing wonder or amazement. 1570s as unnatural, abnormal. The meaning, vast, enormous, wonderfully large. Is found circa 1600 as a pseudo adverb, exceedingly, but 1670s related prodigiously, prodigiousness,
Prodigiosity.
All right, erroneous extension in modern usage. With meta, affixed to the name of other sciences and disciplines, especially in the academic jargon of literary criticism. Meta-language, 1936, a language which supplies terms of the analysis of an object language, metalinguistic by 1949, meta-history, 1957, meta-communication, etc.
Like Metaverse 2020. Stop. I'm just serious. I yield. You there?
And we'll see, man.
Okay. Little mic cover, but you good now.
Okay, I was saying that, yeah, most definitely we'll see it pop up. I would say give it 1 to 2 years. It's going to be, this website is going to be updated, at least this portion of the website, and you will see Metaverse there.
I know, right? You said it. We'll be making sure we come back to this. Like, bro, remember when we did AstroCivics Sunday 5 and you predicted that they were going to
update, yeah,
and add that? Like, seriously. I yield, bro. It's on you, man.
Oh, yeah. So I wanted to bring up, because remember we said we're going to talk about like why it's important for people to know law and stuff like that. And I think that just really ties into what we're going in right now. So I would say
we're just laying the foundation for you about to go in once we bring up Parashara or the Shastra.
Indeed.
Plug this in. Obviously, didn't have the plug in. All right, go ahead. I yield.
Since that's the case, I'm just going to read physics right now. 1580s natural science, the science of the principles operative in organic nature from physics in sense of, quote, natural science, end quote. Also see ICS, right, as a suffix based on Latin physica, neuter, plural, from Greek ta physica, literally the, quote, the natural things, end quote. Title of Aristotle's treatise on nature. The current restricted sense of, quote, science treating of properties of matter and energy, end quote, is from 1715. Before the rise of modern science, physics was usually defined as the science of that which is movable or the science of natural bodies. It was commonly made to enclose, right, all natural science. At present, vital phenomena are not considered objects of physics, which is divided into general and applied physics. And that's from the Century Dictionary of 1895, Islam. A year.
Islam. All right. So we're coming here now to the Briyat Parashara or Sastra, right? Again, Briyat Parashara or Sastra. All right. For when ones go into Vedic astrology, we're here at chapter 1, right? The creation. And guys, the only reason we're bringing you this AstroCivics Sunday, how we're bringing it to you, is because what I and Brother Aura have done in our AstroLiteracy Comprehension Conference, what we've done is actually just went in on this and really we're reading it, all righty? And so we have 2 videos so far. The third video is that we're going to go in on classes after we end this live, and we're going to do our third video because we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday videos. And again, guys, we've been doing this Astro Literacy Comprehension Conference since 12th August 2022, and we'll be complete 30th August 2022. Well, 30th October, pardon me, 2022, right? All right, so from the 12th August 2022 to 30th October 2022, there'll be 36 classes total. And since the timings have been different, because I was going off of in my mind, okay, it's going to be 3 hours per class. However, since the rate and how it's been going, I may even reduce it from being 36 per video. I'll just base it on the time, whatever the time is. And I'll be like, okay, well, it's this amount of time. It's just like, you go to the naval stores that are called grocery stores, and you go and weigh your vegetables and you get, an amount from that. That's only for the Federal Reserve agents that are making, advances to the Federal Reserve when they go to the instrumentalities pertaining to the United States of America. Those are called cash registers. So for those people that go and weigh things out, yes, that's what it is. However, for us, when you give your eleemosynary tuition, for us utilizing our energy to put this together for you guys, because we've gone into an umpteenth number of studies, however, and we're actually bringing you these things, guys. And again, the reason why I asked for eleemosynary tuition respectfully is because the people already have asked me to put classes together so that they could contribute to me via the Cash App, which is termed our Astrology Street, all rights reserved. So it's all rights reserved, So there's no Federal Reserve agenting going on or agency happening here, for the record. All right. So with that being said, what'd you say, bro?
I'm just saying Islam.
Islam. So with that being said, what we're going to do now is have our beloved brother, in whom we are well pleased, right? Brother Muhammad Bey, go and read to you as he reads the amplified read, right? Because we've been amplifying this thing by making sure we're clear on what we see. He's going to go through from the beginning, where it says, I prostrate, into all the way, we're going to be complete at crafty person, and then we're going to yield completely, and then get ready for our third recording. And I yield the floor to you, beloved brother Islam.
All right. Chapter 1, the creation. I prostrate before the lotus feet of Lord Vigneshwara, who is Lord of all obstacles, offspring of Uma, mother of light and peace, the cause of destruction of sorrow, who is served by Mahabhutas. Mahabhutas is the 5 great elements of the universe. Maha being great, Bhutas being great elements. So who is served by the 5 great elements of the universe, etc., who has the face of a tusker, and who consumes the essence of kapita and jambu fruits, 2 different types of fruits. All right, 1 through 4, offering his obeisance to all-knowing Maharishi Parasar, to the all-knowing great sage seer, enlivener of the dead, and with folded hands, Maitreya, right, the future Buddha friend, said, O venerable Maharishi Jyotish. So that is, O venerable great sage and seer, heavenly light body called upon, the supreme limb of the Vedas. The Vedas is the knowledge, right? The understanding is the sacred knowledge. So the supreme limb of the sacred knowledge and understanding has 3 divisions. Viz, I think that's one that we didn't define right there, is it? That's like probably the only one we haven't defined yet. We have Viz, we have Ora, which is the zodiacal hour, and we have Ganita, which is artful astromath, right? And Samhita, which is the rule-based text collection, right? Among the said 3 divisions, Ora, zodiacal hour, or the general part of heavenly light body called upon, Jyotish, is still more excellent. I desire to know of its glorious aspects from you. Be pleased to tell me how this universe is created. How does it end? What is the relationship of the animals born on this earth with the heavenly bodies? Please speak elaborately. So it's like, break it down, please. I don't get it. 5 through 8. So I was pointing out that Viz is like the only word I think we did not define. Viz after Vedas, that's like the only one we didn't go in on, I think.
Which is the same as Viz would be the same as We Day. Let's see. Let's see if I'm correct. Okay.
I think you did say that.
Let's see. Let's make sure. Viz is like We Day.
Namely.
Namely, in other words, okay. Viz.
Kind of.
Yes. I.e. would be id est, which means that is. So
That is,
correct. Namely, in other words, alrighty. What is the full meaning of this? It is permitted to see. So there's the see portion again also. That is to say, right?
vision.
What? Exactly.
Vision. Right. You know, it's an F, I believe, that they use in vision. Sion. Okay. Indeed.
Islam.
Back to the Vedas, the sacred knowledge. Back to the Samhita. 5-8. Okay, yep. All right. Maharishi Parasar, which is, again is great sage, seer, enlivener of the dead, answered. He about to bring somebody to life. Oh, universal soul, ultimate reality. Oh, Brahman, your query has an auspicious purpose in it for the welfare of the universe. Praying Lord Brahma, or praying Lord Creator, Supreme Divine Trinity, and Sri Sarasvati.
Yeah,
Sri Sarasvati. So Sri is noble, or Sri is radiant one, right? One who is attractive due to their brilliance, their radiance, right? So noble is another way of putting that. So Sarasvati is the puller, right?
She who possesses cooling waters.
She who possesses pulling waters, or the water reigning mother, right? So Sri Saraswati is noble water reigning mother, his power and consort.
Woo, his power. Goodness. She is his power and his consort. Okay. But go ahead, I get.
Yeah, Islam, his power and consort. And Surya, sun.
Surya.
Sun, the leader of the planets, grahas, the leader of the grahas, which are planets. They literally said, and sun, the leader of the planets. All planets revolve around what again?
Surya.
And right, and the cause of creation. I shall proceed to narrate to you the science of, again, heavenly light body called upon, as heard, right, Jyotish, as heard through Lord Brahma, Lord, Creator, Supreme, Divine Trinity. Only good will follow the teaching of the sacred knowledge, sacred understanding, Vedic science to the students who are peacefully disposed, who honor the preceptors and elders, who speak only truth and are God-fearing or honorable. Woeful forever, doubtlessly, will it be to impart knowledge of this science to an unwilling student, to a heterodox, and to a crafty person. A heterodox is one who just accepts, who just takes blindly that which is given to him and does not confirm things to be true, just takes it and accepts it.
Hetero denoting other or different, and dox from doxa, opinion or thought, right? What one thinks. Prophet Noble Ali said, if I can just get you to think, you'll save yourself. However, there are some people out here who we have to tell you, because it's our charge. In order to change the people, you must change their literature. So in us assisting you in changing your literature, unless you're going to be woeful forever because you're an unwilling student, you're heterodox and or a crafty being, you can only really live lawfully when you really grasp what ultimate reality actually is. And again, the science pertaining to ultimate reality is metaphysics. And in Shloka 5-8, Maharishi Parashara answered, "Oh, universal soul, ultimate reality. Oh, metaphysics." Yo.
Right, because ultimate reality was, that's so funny, because ultimate reality was in the definition of Brahman.
And in metaphysics.
It was also in the law definition of metaphysics.
So how can you be full pertaining to the law if you're ignoring the metaphysics, the ultimate reality?
Other aspects of law, like, yo, it's like, man, that's so interesting. Like, because you wouldn't know if you only know one type of law, right? You only deal with common law, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the full picture, no matter what you think. You might be able to operate within a certain realm with that portion of understanding. However, how much more would you be able to grasp, comprehend, accomplish, and really see if you had all aspects pertaining to all law?
This is why Prophet Noble Jali said, I want active Moors, not passive. And when I'm thinking passive, lazy Moors. Alrighty. So
sedentary.
Laziness is really not a good quality to have and or brag about. It really isn't. It really shows that one may be either deceiving by mistake or by pride. However, it's very deceptive to be heterodoxic. When the doctrine that's been established is one that no man here can rewrite, because those planets move how they move. Those wanderers move how they move. Those Israelites move how they move. Those Ibers, right? Those Iber Israelites would be the wandering planets that are of the higher knowledge pertaining to spiritual consciousness. So you can never really be one who is sincerely, fully in your spiritual consciousness when that which allows you to even study a bit of jurisprudence is not even being respected by your words, saying that you do not believe in ultimate reality. It's just that ultimate reality, sometimes if it's not called metaphysics, it'll also be called astrology and cosmology. So
the basis of all things.
Say that again, bro.
Oh, the basis of all things, as far as I can see, from the foundation of government, including the positioning of the buildings being, strategically, right? Designed in harmony with the stars, right? The heavenly bodies, to the structure of your reality in regards to your days, your time, right? Your time and your calendars. So the days, the times, the calendars, the way the government's set up, the positioning of the buildings and everything, and then the whole construction of each individual, etymologically speaking, not when I say individual, don't ever take it as statutorily speaking. However, it is the basis of all things, as far as I can see, from your personality, the way you think, the way your body is governed, right? The different organs and whatnot, the different living parts of the flesh that operate without your will. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to tell your heart to beat. You don't have to. You don't have to tell your mind to think. You know what I mean?
You know what this just reminds me of when we went over houses, right? And I'm only going to focus on the portion pertaining to houses that deals with court or law. All righty, because my heart goes out to beings that mean well. However, if your thinking is incomplete, be not proud. allow yourself to be corrected, right? So let's go here. The first house in a lawsuit is what? I yield the floor. Matter of fact, let me highlight. I'm going to purposely highlight all the law or anything dealing with law. I'm going to highlight it on purpose.
You might as well just Control F law.
No, we're gonna go through every house just real quick. I'm only gonna go through the houses on each one because I remember it's at the end of each house section when you're talking, because this is the Encyclopedia of Astrology by Nicholas Labor. And I'm telling you, man, like my heart goes out to all of our loved ones in the different communities that we're, involved in. However, I look at it just one entire global community. Some people will say dome community because they are subscribers to Flat Earth. However, if you really go on Photoshop and you put up a circle, alrighty, then zoom in on the edge of that circle. I guarantee you the edge of that circle gets flat. That doesn't mean it's not a circle though. It just means that you're so close up on something circular or spherical that you may be mistaken that it's flat. I yield the floor to you, brother. In a lawsuit, what is the first house in a lawsuit?
In a lawsuit, the defendant, also the decision or sentence of the court.
Interessante.
First house. That's dealing with the first house, right?
Yes, that is in the first house. Let's see. Anything else that could be, okay, since the second house is the closest thing to law we can come to. So I'll do it this. I'll do it in this one right here. Right? Let's do that. Okay. What is the second house?
So the second house in a national figure is the Treasury.
And a lot of people are, they're quoting 12 USC 411 and 12 USC 412, and the International Monetary Fund is what really is going on. The United States Treasury exists in name only. Okay, all right. I'm just saying. Here we go. Third house. We're in third house now. Third house. That's third house. So let me zoom in here and let's do this here.
The third house in a court of law is the court reporter.
And you were just talking about court reports.
Mm-hmm. So that might be somebody who has what's third house? That might be somebody with Mercury in the sixth house.
Interessante, because they're communicating in detail. Exactly.
Yeah, and their service, right? Sixth house is dealing with service, correct?
Yes, absolutement.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let's zoom in on the fourth house, right? We'll do this one. We're doing a national figure, right? Right.
Okay. Fourth house in a national figure would be the opposition, the opposition party, and those individuals who cooperate with or oppose the chief executive. The characteristics of any governmental opposition, and the time such opposition may be expected to culminate.
What is it in the court?
In the court of law, the jury.
Jesus Christ. I mean, it just really looks like, okay. And I know we skipped the ingress. In ingress, lunation and full moon figures, a planet close to the cusp of the house will affect the weather according to its nature and aspects. And if it be a malefic or powerfully aspected, it will profoundly affect the ruling mind, gubernaculum, right? Government. Alrighty, so fifth house, right? Let's see what we got going on. Okay, well, we got some national figure stuff here, right? Right, let's just do that.
Fifth house in the national figure, the upper legislative house, in contrast to the 11th house, which rules the lower house pertaining to the legislation. Although the 11th represents the legislative branches as a unit, as distinct from the administrative branch of the government.
I mean, it really seems like if you really want to be, fully living lawfully, You might want to really consider comprehending ultimate reality, the science pertaining to ultimate reality. Sixth house.
True metaphysics.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's exactly why we're doing true metaphysics. So
I know you said I know you wanted to keep this one short, bro, but I really think after this we should go into any Bible verse you want, and for us to actually break at least one sentence down with the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary.
Not a problem for me.
Islam.
I'm gonna take this here and see what we got on here in the national figure. Let's highlight. All right, I yield the national figure and in a court of law. This is the sixth house.
All right. Sixth house in a national figure, the Labor Party. In a court of law, the deliberations of the jury and the court records as the field of activity of the court reporter.
So you were right when you was on the third house talking about the court reporter.
Wow. Yeah, indeed. When I said, this person might have Mercury in the sixth house. Or Virgo in the third house. Right?
Yeah, Virgo could be on the third, or Gemini on the sixth.
Indeed.
Or, Mercury in the third or the sixth. Exactly. Or in Gemini or Virgo. Yes. All right, that's the sixth house. All righty, seventh. Let's see what it is. Let's go and check the seventh house. All righty, seventh house.
Libra. Can't forget that one, right? The number of perfected man. 7. Libra, balance. Seventh house in a court of law, the plaintiff and the lawyers. The point of arbitration where evidence and the rights of opposing factions are weighed. Also the verdict of the jury. So I think a lot of those places where they're weighing the factions and the evidence have uncalibrated scales. It seemed to be weighing properly.
And I guess I'll say this because we were looking up tariffs.
Cartel of commerce.
Right? Cartels of commerce, right?
Mm-hmm. All they got to do is
go ahead, I yield.
I was going to say all they got to do is control a certain percentage of the market, or I would say the market of whatever it is they're in the industry for. And once they control that little percentage, they have a full-fledged working cartel of commerce that can hardly be stopped. At least not without knowledge.
It cannot be stopped with ignorance. With knowledge, though, especially with the science pertaining to ultimate being, to ultimate reality, the science pertaining to being, the science that deals with ultimate reality, it's the only way you can stop it. Because in an organization, the seventh house's relation to other organizations through contracts, trade agreements, mergers, cartels, or reciprocal arrangements. The organization's lawsuits and legal affairs is the seventh house. Looky, Astro Cookie.
Mm-hmm. You might as well highlight that one.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Right? Okay, I'll just
a whole lot of legal beagle.
I mean, goodness, Jesus Christ. That's all I can keep saying. Here originate all forces that oppose the growth and free action pertaining to the organization as an individual entity, such as competitors and their activities. Eighth house. What is the eighth? Are we going to find something national? It's not nothing in law court. Let's do national figure here. Let's do that. Let's at least do national figure.
Wait, this is eighth house?
Yes, this is eighth house here.
Okay.
So hold on, let me do that so we can get the highlight going. Alrighty, I yield to you, brother Islam.
Eighth house in a national figure would be the national treasurer as a government official, distinct from the treasury itself, as we read, right? The second house or something. first house. Financial relations with and the financial condition and obligations of other countries with regard to the nation for the capital of which the figure is cast.
looks like you can't really, I mean, because we're in honor and we stay in honor and we enjoy living lawfully. We're gonna make sure we be not heterodoxic and ignore foolishly these things here, right? It's funny, the ninth house, what stood out when I just saw the ninth house? Very Secretary of State things right there. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Looky, Astro Cookie. However, let's see, because we're going to get into that. Let me just see real quick what this is. All right, so let's do this. Let's just zoom in here, right? And just doing a national figure, right? Let's do that. Right, highlight that. And let's zoom out. All righty, in a national figure, Brother Hasan Bey. What is the ninth house?
Ninth house in a national figure signifies the Secretary of State as a government official, as distinguished from the State Department,
which would be third house.
Indeed, it's talking about the official rather than the structure itself.
Correct.
The educated classes, those who control or govern the reading, writing, or traveling habits of the public. Ooh.
Jesus Christ! It also sounds like the Board of Education.
Right. Yeah, you mean to tell me that the people don't govern their own reading, writing, and traveling habits?
Hence why in order to change the people, you must change their literature. Look at that. We're doing all, see, look at, we're being all ninth house and shit.
Honors to Sri Maharishi Drew Ali.
Islam. Supreme honors to Maharishi Sri Drew Ali.
Right. Sharif.
Right? Sharif. Man, it's so beautiful, man. Jesus Christ. All righty, we're almost complete here, right? So let's go into the 10th house now and actually see what is the 10th house when dealing with law of any sort or something like that. In fact, we might as well just highlight an organization for this one because I think it kind of ties in there.
Oh, that's so hilarious. I don't know if you heard my son in the background on that last one.
No, what nephew say?
He was like, "Put the gun down. Put the gun down."
He's playing the duty.
No, he's playing Lego Batman.
Oh wow!
Yeah, somebody pulled out the burner on him.
Yo, all right, it's long, bro. I yield.
Where we at? All right, so this is 10th house. 10th house in a court of law would be the judge. Ooh. So what would you say planet one might have in the 10th house that might influence them to become a judge? Or what type of
Saturn? Saturn in Libra in the 10th house.
Islam.
Like almost like how that Articles of Association chart is almost, but it was in the 9th house. Saturn is in Libra in the 9th house in that Articles of Association 1774 chart, man. It was like, woo, that's close. So anyway, I yield, bro.
Or they might have the most high in the 10th house because only God can judge me, quote unquote. do you have a law in the 10th house? Oh, okay, you can't judge me then.
Period.
It says in an organization, the 10th house is the supreme or governing authority, the president, right, president or chairman of the board.
Or the chairman of the commission, they will say too, because board and commission is the same thing, right?
Or even
well, your mic is covered.
Or council as well, because I know that some corporations, right? Some city corporations have a city council.
Correct. Council, board, commission. Congress, all the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Islam. Now we're on the 11th house here, right? So let's see, what is the 11th house? Oh, look what's in the 11th house. Mundane. It's interesting.
Oh, wait. Can you go scroll down a little bit more? I mean, up a little bit. All right, stop right there. In a mundane figure, let me just read that whole thing. In a mundane figure, right?
All righty, so let's do this thing. Let's
all the way down to organization.
Yeah, might as well. Let's just have fun. It's like we started out a little bit. It's like see a little bit. Now it's like we get to the 11th house. It's like see all of this.
AstroCivics for a reason.
AstroCivics, yeah. How you, bro? Knock this thing on now.
11th house in a mundane figure. The legislative branches of the government, particularly the lower house, with the fifth more directly concerned with the upper house. Remember, it did mention that when we were there. Yeah. Town and county councils. Remember, the councils like the board and the state legislatures. The Friends of the Nation, the stock exchange, as an organization apart from its activities, ceremonies and celebrations, the exchange of amenities with foreign governments, hence the nation's aims, desires, purposes, projects, and alliances. Yeah. In a national figure, the 11th house is the treasury, as distinguished from the secretary of the treasury. In an organization, other friendly organizations, including companies closely allied to or associated with its activities, also organizations or facilities which provide social activities as fraternal groups and clubs. The treasury as distinguished from the treasurer.
Jesus Christ. All righty, so let's slide this thing on over. Man. Yo, hold up. Is that title 42 right there?
Girl, we be going in.
Is that title 42 right there?
General health and welfare, indeed.
Hey, yo, hold up, yo. Hey, yo, you cannot ignore astrology and say that you're really about living lawfully.
Unless they're only living lawfully in a mundane sense.
Which means then they would be federal agents. They would be under, Title 10 for military. They would be persons, individuals, corporations.
Yeah, because remember what we see. I want to bring up that point we were talking about earlier, how the law is really what the planets are doing, and then that is being coded into Vedas, right? Sacred knowledge, sacred understanding, and sacred texts. What was it called? The sacred, the text, the collection of texts.
Samhita.
The Samhitas, right? So, okay, so nature has its way of governing. The heavenly bodies, the celestial bodies, have its way of governing. That's where law actually comes from. Then it's codified into
Code of federal regulations.
Right. The metaphysics. Then the metaphysics get coded into the Bible, which becomes like, anthropomorphic, right? It becomes metaphysical, but it's really presented in like a mundane way, right? Where it's like stories of people's names and places and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And it all has its meaning. However, it's really the law codified. And then that gets codified even further into some constitution and then some legislation.
Right, code of federal regulations, the statutes at large, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm. That's how it goes. If you can't figure out what the Bible's, what the holy texts are saying, if you can't figure out what the planets are doing, you're gonna have a hard time understanding how this stuff is even set up.
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to kind of like point that out, man. Even I'll highlight just this portion in the mundane right here.
The personal journeys and writings of those in power in the government.
Uh-huh. Or, you know what? Maybe I get the nation's secret societies, both political and religious. Just after that, just to point that out. However, I guess we'll just do, since it just went from mundane to in an organization, right?
Yes. This is 12th house, right? 12th house in an organization.
Yeah, and we'll be complete after this, man. And you said you wanted to see something in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. I didn't forget. So we'll do that next, and then we'll yield completely.
Islam. In an organization, 12th house, right? Forces inclining to dissolution of the organization as an entity, hence enemy and secret organizations, the Secret Intelligence Department, investigative agencies, CIA, FBI, you know what I'm saying? All of that is 12th house in an organization. In connection with hospitals and prisons, labor unions, insofar as they represent 6th house personnel, organized and social units, as distinguished from the parent organization, strikes and labor troubles, which have their inception in the 6th house, but come to fruition in the 12th.
Jesus Christ.
Now watch us run that chart on the FBI and watch how that lines up accurately.
I know, right? And what did you wanted to go in on the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary? I'm curious.
I'll leave the discretion up to you as far as what Bible verse you want to pull up, but I want to just basically do a quick demonstration on how this can be semi-decoded with Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. So any Bible verse you want that you know has terms that are defined in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary.
All right. So Judges, right? Hey, look. We'll just take, I guess, the first verse in Judges 17, right? So Judges, degree 17, minute 1, or Judges chapter 17, verse 1. I'm going to focus on this term and this term, but maybe we'll just focus on Ephraim, right? All right, so we'll do that. We'll focus on Ephraim. We'll go here, and we're looking for the metaphysical dictionary. So let's do that. All right. Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. Right. And let's look up. Hey, look, there's Israelites. This is what we left off on, right? Look at that.
Oh no, it's too much. It's too much. Don't do it to him. Not right now.
All right. I'm gonna go to the E section, bro.
Yeah, they're not ready.
It's so funny, bro, because it's just like we can just keep going. We're like the Energizer Bunny with this. Right? So we're looking for EP, right? EPH, Ephraim, right? We're almost there. What'd you just say though, bro?
Looking for the earliest production.
Yeah, I know, right?
The EP.
EL. Still EL, right?
Dropping soon.
Here we go. There we go, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we got here, man. Let's see. Are we at Ephraim yet? Let's see. Did I go past it? Just wanted to make sure.
Mm-hmm. It's at the bottom.
Yeah, that's what I thought, man. That's what I thought. So let's do it.
All right.
Hold on, man. Let's do it. Let me purplefy it. All right, hold on. Let me see what's next. All right, man. Let's see. All right, maybe we'll just do Ephraim. All righty, man. So we were in Judges. Remember, Judges. And there is a mind, because man is mind, pertaining to the hill country of double fruitfulness, or Ephraim. And his name is, who is like God? Who is like the constellations? Who is like to call upon? That's what Micah denotes. But, guys, research yourself. Believe nothing we say. You know, try to prove it wrong. However, when you prove it right, teach your loved ones. I yield, beloved brother. What's Ephraim?
Ephraim, right, is derived from Hebrew, and it means doubly fruitful.
Yeah,
right?
doubly fruitful.
Very fruitful, productive. Second son of Joseph, right, and brother of Manasseh. Genesis 48:14, metaphysical, the will.
Well, so Ephraim is the will, so the will is doubly fruitful? Goodness gracious.
Yes, in Genesis 41:52 through 52, it is stated that Joseph had two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. Quote, and Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for said he, God hath made me forget all my toil.
Which is what Manasseh is to me. So a lot of times when the Bible does, once you know how to look for it, every time it says appellation, it does say that. However, it does give the meaning to it. You just, once you learn how to decode, it's like, oh, there's a meaning right there. It says it right there, isn't it? All right.
Mm-hmm. And all, God hath made me forget all my toil and all my father's house. And the name of the second called he Ephraim, for God hath made me fruitful in the land of my affliction.
And we know land of affliction is Misraim, or Egypt. Mm-hmm. Mental bondage to sense consciousness. That's what land of affliction is, period. Yeah, I ain't making it up.
That's what Misraim actually metaphysically translates to.
Correct.
It is very plain that Manasseh means the thought of forgetfulness or denial, and Ephraim means the thought of adding to or affirmation. Pop, lay on the bed, okay? She went, oh, sorry, she'll be back. Okay. Where we at? Okay. We also perceive that these two sons represent the understanding and the will. The first step that a beginner in truth takes is to set up a new and better state of consciousness. Well, let me read that again. The first step that the beginner in truth takes is to set up a new and better state of consciousness based upon the absolute ultimate reality. He forgets or denies the not good and brings into vivid remembrance the very good by affirming it to be the real. These two sons of Joseph, the understanding and the will, are to be especially active, not passive, and not actively sedentary. Active in the one who would overcome and master the sensations of the body. Their allotment in the promised land was in joint ownership. This shows that they should go hand in hand. In all building of permanent character and body, the action of the will, Ephraim, must be based upon understanding, Manasseh. Quote, the crown of pride of the drunkards of Ephraim. See Timnath, Heres, and Foot, end quote. What is that? Isaiah 28:3 is the pride of personality. The egotist builds up false states of mind. The thought back of them being sense gratification. That reminds me of Noble Drew Ali saying, why did we fall?
Because to gratify our lower self.
Yep, and worshiping the gods of Rome, whatnot, right?
Which we knew nothing of.
Nothing. The fruits that such states of mind bring forth are chaff and humiliation. The mind becomes confused and unstable, producing disease and weakness of body. And that's because of the false states of mind. See, that's the thing. Like, that's what people don't understand. Like, we could keep blaming it on other people. Yeah, we've been misled, but at the same time,
One is literally doing it to self, because that's the way they, that's probably the way they want it. Like, we don't want to just keep forcing these people. Let's just set their program up. Let's program them this way so that they will forever do it to themselves. Yes. So where we at right now? I think I already read. Oh no. Okay. So it's saying it again.
The true crown of glory, quote unquote.
Islam, the true, quote, crown of glory, end quote, and the, quote, diadem of beauty, end quote, are the attainment of understanding of the principles of truth and the understanding of how to express these principles in mind, body, and affairs. For information on, quote, the hill country of Ephraim, end quote, see Timnath dash Hedis or Hiris and Joshua.
Which we could go into. However, let's leave that for the people. However, you see why we titled this one AstroCivics Sunday 5, True Metaphysics? You see what I and my brother just went over? Again, this is no attack on anyone. This is showing that sometimes, even I, who, I'm too cool to be embarrassed anyway, I don't mind being corrected, especially when I am living lawfully. I wouldn't say things that would actually show that I don't know what I'm talking about. And then if I find out, hey, I've been mistaken about something I said, I'm too cool to be embarrassed, and I can accept that correction because I'm not proud. Pride cometh before the destruction.
Indeed.
So, I'm just saying, man, we're helping out everybody in all the communities, alleged communities, because I only see it's just, we're all one here on Midgard Earth Plane. Asha is just that here at the North Gate, this is the hub of the universe. So yeah, we're at the top of it all. We are superseding all that isn't a Mexim, all that isn't the North Gate, right? So with that even being said, guys, I would just say all we need to do, right, is really make sure that we're really growing and getting stronger. All righty, let's really get stronger here. Let's not just be stuck and become sedentary, as my brother R would say.
Yeah, so active, not passive, and that don't mean actively sedentary.
Yeah, just actively sitting your ass in one thought, one doxa, right? All righty. So with that being said, I think, bro, you couldn't have called a better play, bro. It's an excellent alley-oop from both of us, to one another, and making sure that we have what we have, man. I am going to take this break now that we're going to take before our final recording for our Astroliteracy Comprehension Conference. I'm going to put the victuals together for my beloved mother, Mistress Consort, and our son. So put that together, bro. But you already know, in this thing, I'll still log back in, man. We can still converse or whatever while I'm cooking, because I'm knock this thing on out. Or because I know nephew and niecey poo, needs you also, unless you want to just, get some wrecking, while we take our break or whatever. Any other questions though, bro? Comments and or suggestions. This is perfect. I mean, you can tell Mercury is gone station direct earlier today about 12 hours and 24 minutes ago. 12 hours and 24 minutes ago from near the Baltimore Corporation, Maryland State Republic. Mercury is stationed direct 12 hours and 24 minutes ago. So with that being said, right, this is why we're doing what we do, bro. Especially with me being a sidereal Gemini like I am. So
Yep, it was a good one today.
Questions, comments, and or suggestions, bro, before we take our break and get some victuals.
I yield.
My beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased, Brother Hasan Bey. Again, brother, I know I thanked you in the recording. I'm going to thank you again for being pure heart, being sincere intent, being love, and being honor, brother. It is a pleasure, as always, with you and our other brothers that are also with us pertaining to our 7HealStar astrology firm, man. Thank you so much again. And I will see you, bro, in a few. for us to knock out this third recording as we continue on. We'll just break down shlokas 9 through 12 within chapter 1, the creation for the Briyat, Parashara, or Shastra. And no more questions, and or suggestions, brother. Again, gratitude. Again, brother, gratitude. I'll say namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, y'all. Peace.